Hello gang, hello friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video finds you well. If you're new here, well hello. My name is Jo and I do nail stuff. She does stuff with nail stuff, and the stuff she does with nails is done with nail stuff and stuff for nails. I'm going to try and make up for the fact that I missed a couple of uploads recently. Was it one or two? I can't remember. So I thought I'll just do some really long nails because they're like 3 times the length of the others we do. So that's 3 videos worth, maybe? Anyway, I'm using Gel Perfection polishes. We've got a nude at the top and then one called Tiffany, and then this is Bluebell. They're all wet still, so I haven't cured them, and I'm going to take this ombre brush, which is from Born Pretty Store. I've got a discount code for them, I think, in the description. And there's one for Gel Perfection as well, and some other places. But anyway, I'm going to ombre those together, just roughly. These 2 colours ombre so nicely together. I kind of want to put some extensions on just so I can get a really nice long ombre. I won't, but I kind of want to. So then I will ombre the green into the blue and then the nude into the green, and then I think I just take it all the way down, and I'm doing it at an angle, so it's kind of a diagonal ombre. And then I'll do this on all 5, do I? Yes, all 5 nails. Sometimes I put the blue in the middle and the green at the bottom. I just kind of mix it up. What did I see? I saw a picture on Pinterest of a set in these colours, and I saw it had palm trees, but then I just opened Pinterest and sometimes it just kind of refreshes itself and the picture disappeared. So I think what I caught was, I think they were acrylics, but somebody did a set, so it's inspired by, but kind of loosely inspired by, because I didn't really get to look at it for very long, so I didn't see who it was by. But yeah, so I don't think it's similar enough to have bothered talking about what I just did for the last 30 seconds. So I'm now going to do some palm trees. I suck at doing palm tree silhouettes. They just end up looking a bit of a mess. And I should have... one of these days, I will look at a picture of a palm tree silhouette and I'll follow the picture. When I filmed this, was not that day. So there was a few things that I probably should have looked at pictures of. Well, I never do. We know this. We've established. I need to look at pictures of what I'm doing more. It definitely helps. I would highly recommend it. Otherwise, you'll end up with nails like the ones I do. So look at a picture. And then I'm going to take some super base and going to add some crystals and then cure them in place. Oh, and I think I added some little gold, these things. What are they called? Do you know? If you know, let me know. So I made a little starfish out of them, and I thought, I'm a fucking genius over here. So, because we know that my crystal placement is not my thing. I can put them on. That's not the issue. It's coming up with a design which you'll get more when we get to the blingy nail in this video. So I cured those in place, and I'm topping over the gold bits, but not obviously over the crystals, and then just all the way down, and that will be our first one. I don't know what order I put these in, so I don't know what's next, but I did leave something in where I tried to write the word sun, and I see lots of comments of people saying, you make it look easy. I don't think I do. I think editing makes things look easy. So I've left in some fiddly bits in here just to show you that it isn't, I don't just go straight in and get things right first time. That's not always the case. So that's our first one. what have we got next? Oh yeah, I decided to add a bit of white here. So I've done the blue in the middle here, the other way around with those two colours. And I've mixed the white with some base coat. And then before curing, I'm going to just dot on some more base coat to try and get that kind of watery effect. I wasn't happy with it, but I wasn't going to wipe it off and try again. So if you know how to do this better, do it your way. Because my way isn't fantastic, but it'll do. And then we'll cure that, and I'm going to draw a starfish. I'm going to try and draw a starfish. There was a starfish on that set that I saw for a millisecond. The annoying thing is my eyes saw the name of the person who did it, but it was just not long enough to retain the information. But it's somewhere in my brain. It began with a C. Carrie, I can't think of, I don't know. But she had a starfish, so here is a starfish. If I find the picture, I'll come back and edit the description, if you're interested. So I cured that first layer, and then I'm adding just some butterscotch, and then I'll add some little dots. Again, not looking at the picture, but never mind. And then I think I'll add a bunch of glitters and things, and I think everything's I say this, everything is kind of self-explanatory, because you're staring at it. So I didn't have much sleep last night, about 4 hours, so I just don't want to talk about what I'm doing. Okay, I don't want to tell you. You can see. So I'll just, maybe, I don't know, we'll just shoot the breeze, although no guns over here. I'm going to hang the breeze. Guillotine the breeze. We haven't hung or beheaded people here for ages, months and months. Last night, okay, how can I make this rather ordinary sequence of events more interesting? To make a short story long, okay, I'll tell it in story form. Let me switch to the wordy side of my brain, not the scissors, paper, glue side. Okay, done. I think I lost my mind last night. Opening line. Once upon a time, I lost my mind. The night before last, just as I lay my weary head atop the embrace of the cool side of the pillow, I heard a mosquito in my room. I pondered the implications, considered hunting it down, akin a lioness stalking her prey and euthanizing it. But alas, the humming ceased. I deduce he has died of natural causes. Huzzah! Cut to last night as I settled to bed, dimming my smart bulb to a moody yet comfortable reading luminosity. There it was again, as if roused by the scent of toothpaste, night cream, and the bibliosmia, the incontrovertible whisper of the not dead mosquito, humming ominously like the blood-sucking bastard he is. My eyes like darting across the room, head shifting swift and intentional, left, right, up, down, like a mercury-poisoned hatter. I spotted him. Any closer, and he enters the danger zone. The zone of death by singular applaud. He retreated, and he eluded me to the billet of a curtain fold. A wise yet precarious sanctuary. Once again, I opt to grant him his life until a second vampiristic murmur joins that of Marcus the curtain fold mosquito. Marcus did not, in fact, die of natural causes the eve prior. Nay, he multiplied. And now it is a game of fucking on. I rise from my cottony fortress, will intent to illuminate the boudoir, breathing life to my retinas, activating their full pest detection of potential. 1, Marcus's friend, is on the ceiling, a respite from harassing his victim. This shall be his final resting place, but the ceiling is white. Does one mark the occasion with a ceiling corpse? Whittle a stick of chalk to a narrow spindle and outline the body? I find some paper, a receipt from the popcorn pajamas. We have a murder weapon with the determination of Sir Edmund Hillary. I summit the dressing table chair. Eye contact between Marcus's friend and I does not break. It is man versus beast in a game of nighttime chicken. With one foul swoop, I lay over him a paper blanket, the snuffler to his flame, the stake to his heart. Empowered by my victory, I hold the paper aloft. This is where I lose my mind. Presenting his carcass to the room, to Marcus, to all the mosquitoes, and while oscillating to maximize the reach of my audience, audibly declare, "This is what happens. This is what you get. I banish you, a plague on both your houses." I step down and return to my cushiony castle. Marcus remains, for now, in his sanctuary, solitary and silently haunted by my proclamation. He will elude me for one more night, until the morrow, when he too shall meet a bitter demise. The end. In summation, I killed a mozzie. Yet another stalks my every move. That got a little bit out of control. You'll find an exam paper under the seat of your chair with essay questions relating to this story, so please ensure you answer all questions in the allotted time and leave your paper on my desk once completed. Right, what have we done here? We have, scissors, paper, glue head. Here we go, back in the room. We have chucked a bunch of glitter on here into a wet base coat, and then I've topped it with super gloss because it's a rubber top coat, so it's going to seal it all in. I used a file just to get off any really really big pokey uppy bits. There weren't many, and then I buffed, and then I topped again, and ooh, look how shiny and sparkly and lovely. I started with a polished glitter that you saw earlier, and then I thought, no, we need to really, if we're going to do glitter, let's do it properly. If you're going to go from being a vegetarian to starting to eat meat again, don't go to McDonald's, okay? Have a fucking steak. Not that I really enjoy steak. Anyway, this is where I wanted to show you how many times I wrote the word sun. I was trying to do a certain font without looking at said font, but I just know that I was going for the kind of curly, the ones where the letters go up and then the tail of the letter comes down quite low, and then I was watching something, so I don't like to interrupt what I'm watching by looking at pictures or searching for pictures of things. So I'm going to write this word goodness knows how many times. The amount of time I spent writing it before this final one I looked was 12 and a half minutes. So it wasn't too bad, but I did do that for every single word on this nail. So there was an easily half an hour of accomplishing nothing. But where I want the letters to be, I've done them thin first, and then I'll put more pressure on my brush, obviously, where I want them thick. And then try and, so this bit here, I want it thick, so more pressure. And I did all of those bits, and then just kind of used the polish from the thick bits to join the thin lines, because I want the lines to be thin, but I don't want them to be faint. So there's nothing more put on my brush on that bit there. I used the polish from the thick bit. So I'm going to write sun, sand, and sea. I didn't write and. Should I have written and? I just went sun, sand, sea. That's the saying, or is it sun, sand, and sea? Well, It's just sun, sand and sea now. I wasn't writing another word. So I'm going to pop those words on there, and then decided I needed to add some more glitter. I think once you've got glitter on a set, especially iridescent glitter, like on these colours, this blue and green together, I'm just loving it. With the glitters on there, I just thought we needed on every nail. So that's what we do. And I think, the gold flakes, the little pot of, it's like, I think it's gold leaf in tiny little flakes, gold flakes. I don't know where it's from. I have lots of things in my desk that I know I bought, because nobody else buy me nail stuff, but I have no idea where from. They've just been there forever. And those gold flakes, I don't think I've ever used them. And then I'll find something that I never used to use, and suddenly it will be used all the time. It just suddenly becomes like, I've got to have it in every set. So these, I think I'll use these again. But yeah, I don't know where they're from, I'm afraid. But they're easier than using actual gold leaf, which I use. I filmed the next set, which was meant to be today's video. But once I edited it, it was like 10 minutes long. So I thought, no, I missed a couple. Let's give you a longer one. Let's give you more of me. No. So yeah, the next video will be short, but I'll try and maybe do an extra. Anyway, let's talk about the one we're doing right now. I'm adding some of these. I'm picking them up with an ombre brush just because that was to hand. I've got like 55,000 brushes in a pot next to me, but this one was closer. And then I'm adding some more of the sea blue iridescent flakes. Shards. They're called shards. And then I will cure and top. Oh no, we're adding some of the clear iridescent bubble dot mix, and then cure, top, buff, top. And I think on some of them, once I buffed, I topped again with super gloss, with a rubber top coat, just because it will help the light line be straight. Even if you've smoothed any bumps, it might still have uneven sort of areas. And you want the light line, this sort of, the white line you get from the light down a nail, you want that to be as straight as possible. That's going to be the most aesthetically pleasing. So I think I'd top again with super gloss. But I did use diamond gloss, I think, on the palm trees. So yes, diamond gloss. Of course, we got that in. I didn't want you to have a video without that. And that is sun, sand, sea. That sand looks awful. The word sand and sea and sun. They're all a bit of a disaster. Must start looking at pictures. I won't. I'm now taking some super base, and we're going to just do some bling. I was going to edit it all like this, but I thought that's just going to be a headache for everybody. There is no rhyme or reason to these crystals. I suck at crystal patterns, so I just chucked on a bunch of sort of aqua blue ones, some green ones, and some kite shaped ones, AB ones, and then I'm adding some little gold caviar beads. And then, because there was no rhyme or reason to this pattern, it was kind of just get as much on as you can. I just kind of wiggled them around and faffed like a fucking champion, and then cured them, and then topping it with diamond gloss. I've decided to, I'm making a more conscious effort with TikTok. So if you like these videos, but you don't like me, well, fuck off. No, I'm kidding. Then you can follow me you can follow Miss Jo's Nail Co on TikTok, and they're obviously just bite-sized clips. Someone commented not so long ago saying, I like the videos, but they're too long. Someone commented the other day saying, it's too quick, I can't follow. So, I just can't please anybody. So there's obviously YouTube, and now there's TikTok, and Miss Jo's is on Instagram as well. Just go on everything. Just follow me on everything. That would be grand. I'm kidding. You do whatever you want. You don't have to do any of those things, but do it. So this one. I stared at that. I had to cut this bit because I was just staring at it for about 5 minutes. It's so much more sparkly in real life, but that is the extent of my crystal placement skills. I hope you like this set. Which one is your favourite? Let me know. Stop by and say hello in the comments. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up. And like I say, subscribe on here, follow, and all the other, all the other stuffs. That's it. I appreciate you being here so much. I really do. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.